Good morning, everybody. Good morning. I know, Donna, right? Just what you needed, just what I needed this morning too. I'm strongly thinking of taking a week off. I'm kind of iffy on how I feel, so I'm just kind of functioning this morning. So I was like, I need some drumming. So good morning, everybody. Good morning. I hope everybody had a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Good morning from Maine. Usually I do it longer, but Lori, but it just doesn't happen. And this morning but it's such a beautiful sounding drum. Hold on, I'll tell you what kind it is. It's a frame drum, but I don't have any other frame drums here. So this one is called a comfort sound. And normally a frame drum sounds a little bit more hollow than this. And this one has such an incredible sound to it that it's just very warm. It's a very warm drum. We have a drumming class coming up next month in the membership, you guys. We're going to talk about types of drums, tempos, what each tempo does. So this tempo does something different, believe it or not, to your brain than this tempo. This is why drumming affects us so much. It's why it's been used through indigenous populations across the planet. And most indigenous populations used to use drumming. And when organized religions started to surface around the planet, it became, yes, class tonight is not on drumming. Class tonight is on light language with Stace Ham. So that's tonight at 7 p.m. Central with Stace Ham on light language. So this drum beat does something than this drum beat. Okay, totally different. Good morning, Stace Ham. We're just talking about class. So that drum beat is more of your theta brainwave drum beat. And it's going to help you drop into meditation and shamanic journey work a whole lot better. It actually just alters your brainwaves, scientifically proven. I love when we can have science catch up with our metaphysical. Nancy Bulliard says, "Hi, Lisa. I got my crystals from the My Mystical Life tribe today. I thank you with all my heart and soul. Each of you who sent me a perfect crystal. I love you all. You are the best soul family ever." Now, I did not include names in that, by the way. If you guys want to contact Nancy and tell her who sent her what. Several people on the crystal sale knew Nancy wasn't feeling well, so they sent her crystals, and I have been in stall mode with her because she has been wanting to buy things from the store because someone gave her a gift card for her birthday. And I was like, let me talk to Sam. Let me talk to Sam. And finally she messaged Sam last night, and I'm like, just tell her she has a box coming. Tell her to chill out, man. And so she did. So if you sent her a crystal and you want her to know who sent it to her, go ahead and message her, because I didn't put anything in the box. Nobody said whether I was supposed to say anything or not. So it is an amazing tribe, isn't it? It's an amazing soul group of people that would do something so beautiful because they knew you weren't feeling good. It wasn't just a physical not feeling good. She was feeling just low, right? Just low. Yes, tonight's class is Stace Ham, you guys. She is talking about light language. If you are not a part of My Mystical Life memberships and want to be in on the classes that we're talking about, there's look, guys, look, there's the webpage. That's my advertising for there's a webpage. Join us. We do a lot of different things. Had a wonderful weekend with Lori, and we're going to pull some cards here this morning, guys. I am low energy. Jazz Saldivar, please make sure that you check your email. You just joined. Thank you so much. Welcome to our tribe. There is a welcome email for you that gives you instructions on, it might be in your junk mailing, you never know, on how to get in the group, the private Facebook group. We do a lot of stuff there. So welcome. There's a big welcome post there for you on the Facebook page and everything. So welcome. Yes, I am a little low energy this morning. I am strongly considering taking a couple days off just because I need it. I need to, yeah, a couple days. Nancy says, no, you didn't put anything in there. I love everyone, that whether you sent a crystal or not, you've sent love, light, healing, and support. So I'm well now. Now we concentrate on getting you perfectly healthy. So I had a thing happen this weekend, and I'll just tell you about it because it concerned me a lot. We were driving, we were going to Taos. We went to Taos for the afternoon and driving on the road. And I have very few health glitches, you guys. I've signed up for a very healthy lifetime. I had a halo of like pixelated psychedelic light in my vision. It freaked me the hell out. Freaked me out. Well, I've been feeling kind of low the last 4 or 5 days anyways. So I'm going with sinus infection, putting pressure on my optic nerve as we were going up in elevation. We had just hit like 8,500 feet when that happened. And it lasted for a while. It freaked me the hell out. I've never had anything like that. So weird. So weird. So yeah, Lisa's going to be in vacation mode for just a little. No, it did not have a migraine with it. It didn't have a migraine. Now I was prone to migraines when I was younger. I was on nitroglycerin every once in a while for migraines when I was younger, but there was no migraine. That's what I was thinking. I was like waiting. I'm like, I've heard of them before, like halos like that. It wasn't a halo of light. It was best way I could put it is like if you did acid, which I've never done, okay, but you see people describe the pixelation of that in a circle, perfect circle. I don't know what it was. So it prompted me to say my guides were going, slow down, take a break, and that's what I will be doing. We'll see how well how well I do it. I'm not really good at taking breaks, right? Your headache's coming back, Amber. I'm so sorry. You're getting checked for a sinus infection. That's what I think I have, sinus infection too. So yeah, those are not something to joke about. Not at all. I lost a teacher to a sinus infection. It freaked me out, Denise. You have no idea. I'm like super healthy, and to have something like that happen, I'm like, no. I signed up for no body bloopers in this lifetime. So if you do see somebody else hosting a class or hosting something, that's what's going on. Is I'm trying to commit to taking a little bit of time, and sometimes I'm going to have to find. If Mr. Fry doesn't get home from work in time, to moderate a class or something like this. So anyways, hi, Dennis. Casey is on here. Stace Ham's on here. Our collective card is today about prosperity, right? Focusing on the things we want doesn't just mean money, although we do like that cha-ching, that cha-ching. Do you want me to risk it? You know what, Tracy Henderson, let me see what kind of appointment it is. I don't have it on my calendar. It's on my online calendar. If it's a healing session, I might reschedule it. If it is a healing session, I will reschedule, just because I don't do a lot of spiritual work when I am not feeling 100%. So the thing I want to talk about on this also is I see a lot of blues in here. I know it's a green card, right? How do you see a lot of blues on a green card? But those flowers talk about blooming new things. I want to talk about throat chakras. How many on here? How many people on here? I appreciate that, Tracy. You have no idea. I really, really do, because I don't like to step into that deep energy when I'm not feeling well. How many people on here think you talk about what you should be talking about? Who on here speaks their truth? Who on here can go on and say, I can tell you what I think? You see a lot of blue in there too. Yeah, it's what's the little flowers on the outside, but it's what caught my eye. And that's when we're reading oracle cards. That's kind of what we want to go with, right? Who on here feels that they can speak their truth? Who on here feels that they have certain people they can't do that with? And we're going to talk about the feelings that go with that. Let's do that. Let's talk about the feelings that go with not being able to talk about some of the things we want to talk about in front of some people. And it could be, hi from Indonesia, welcome. It could be people that we respect and love and know are part of our soul circle, but we're not able to discuss it. Just spoke my truth to my TF. We shall see if he responds. TF. Twin flame. Gotcha. Initials. Good morning, Zenny. So, sometimes, and a lot of people think that, and we were having this discussion about twin flames. We were talking about twin flames. Where were we talking about twin flames? Oh, I remember. We were talking about twin flames and how you may think that a twin flame is all sunshines, rainbows, and unicorn farts, right? People go, "Oh, I found my twin flame." And I know that a lot of people look at Sam and myself and they go, "Wow, they're really matched together like this," right? Who on here knows why Sam and I are matched together like this? Can anybody tell me why? I know, and Lori Spears is probably like, "Oh man, they don't get along as good as they do online," but we actually do. But we do this a lot. Uh, it's because we've gone through the twin flame bullshit. You know how much bullshit comes with a twin flame? Oh my gosh, so much. Because that's what a twin flame is here for. The same thing goes for our soul family. Not everybody in our soul family is going to resonate with us, are they? They shouldn't. Honestly, if you have like a who's seen Bubble Boy and the bus of Lorraine's, okay, the bus of Lorraine's, you know what I'm talking about? If you guys have seen Bubble Boy, they're like, "Hi, Lorraine. Hi, my name's Lorraine too," and they're all happy. They're the bright and shiny people. The bright and shine. They're terrifying. I would rather watch Freddy Krueger than be stuck in a room with a bunch of Lorraines. Because at least if you're watching a horror flick, you know what's coming next with a bunch of Lorraines. That's too much togetherness. They're not teaching you how to live and move forward. Heidi, have you seen Bubble Boy? We watch intelligent television here. But you spit out your Mountain Dew. But if you have a bunch of people, hello from India, welcome. If you guys are new, give us a shout out. We want to know if you're new because we have an incredible group of people that chat and talk over here on the side, and we have great stimulating conversations. So, but if you have a room of Lorraines, you're never going to learn anything, right? If you're sitting there and you feel like, okay, everybody's exactly the same, what are they teaching you? Not to be like Lorraine, okay? Yes, Kim, we need those people to push us, to help us grow, to help us see the lessons and work on the lessons. And that is what a soul group does. So don't expect everybody in your soul family to listen to what you say and agree. You're going to have people that go, "You are batshit crazy." Side chat, rabbit hole. It is like the side chat's a rabbit hole. And that's okay. It's okay if you want to talk to somebody and they don't agree with you. You can still love them for their opinion as long as they're not tearing you down, right? You don't have to have that discussion again. I get this a lot. I do. I get people asking me questions quite a bit on my messaging. And one of the major ones is, I love when you call me batshit crazy. You like it when I treat you like that. Now, they'll ask me, I am ascending. I am going higher in my vibration and people aren't following me. I'm terrified to leave the people that I love that are not rising with me behind. Why would you ignore them? Why would you step away from somebody that you absolutely love and is part of your soul circle if they're treating you right? Right? We don't take narcissistic baggage with us because it's not in our best honor, right? We're always going to honor our own self. If they're going to be nasty, then hey, we can spend less time with them, or we can, if it's family, it gets difficult, right? But you don't have to rise in your energy and drop everybody. You don't. Now, where did that saying come from? Batshit crazy. I don't know. There's some things that our family says is just a little weird. But I think there's actually something about guano that doesn't it like cause an infection in the brain? I think somebody Google guano brain infection and see if you come up with something, or if it's just something my family says. I hope there's a basis in fact and science in it. Because why? Because it's cool. We don't want brain infections from guano, but we do know it's a great source of fuel. Anyhow, rabbit hole. You don't have to leave everybody behind. Do you recommend YouTube to explain what I'm talking about? It's much, there's so many sayings I wonder about. Exactly, right? In history, there's so many things like pot to piss in or window to throw it out of, right? That's a big one. And it has a lot of meaning behind it. But it really is. Raquel, if you are rising in energy, doesn't mean you have to leave everybody behind. Do I read for twin flames? It depends on what kind of reading you're talking about. I don't. I can tell you if you resonate on somebody's level. Okay, I can tell. Alice came back of that rabbit hole. Alice came back out of that rabbit hole. I can tell you if somebody resonates on your level. This is what I found. A person who is batshit crazy is certifiably nuts. The phrase has origins in an old-fashioned term, bats in the belfry. Old churches had a structure at the top of the belfry which housed the bells. Well, why were the bats in the belfry crazy? Maybe because of all the... So I don't know. Thank you, Vicki. Just know. You can take anybody on your... Good morning, Nia. You can take Lana, good morning. You can take anybody on your spiritual journey that wants to go. But don't take anybody kicking and screaming, okay? Don't go knocking on somebody's door and go, hi, I'd like to talk to you about Metatron today. Here's a pamphlet. Don't do it, okay? Don't do it. Why? Because it's against some of the things that we absolutely love about our spiritual journey. And by the way, Metatron's not a door-to-door kind of guy. I was given an image of Metatron on jewelry the other day. I'm thinking about taking a class in silversmithing here at the Santa Fe College. It's been a really big problem for me just because I was waiting for signs. I had signs, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, I had a piece of jewelry given to me the night before last in a dream. And I know it was by Metatron. And I'm like, but that doesn't look anything like you. And he goes, but trust me, it is. And I went, okay. So now I'm kind of dying to go get my jewelry stuff to start doing some silversmithing. And I'm really excited. I actually kind of drew it out really poorly, but it's sitting right here on a piece of paper. And I'm going, okay. And it kind of puts me in the mind of some ancient Egyptian pieces and elements to this piece of jewelry. So when I do release this piece of jewelry, when I have put this pendant together, it's not going to be huge. It's not going to be gaudy. It's going to have meaning that people that know what we're talking about will know what it is, but it's just going to be a really cool piece. I'm just kind of excited about it. That would be an awesome class to take out there. I found something out this week, so we're going to go down another rabbit hole. Twin flames are fabulous. Soul group, fabulous. If you can't talk to everybody, you don't have to talk to everybody. You guys know that? You don't have to share with everybody. It's okay. Honest to goodness, Lori Spears, just left today, is probably disappointed. I'm not that much fun. If I'm out in public, you don't know what I do. You have no idea. My family knows what I do, but I either engage in conversation or I don't. It's okay. If they think I'm crazy, all right. I'm all right with that. As long as they don't put me away. If Sam thought I was crazy, that'd be a different story. Oh, and I want to talk about a movie too. So just see how how low energy I started this morning, and I'm like, but wait, there's more to talk about. But nobody would know what I do. Nobody would know what Sam does. We're just kind of boring people because I don't go around shouting from the rooftops, I'm spiritual. I don't do it. I just don't. Okay. I think it's crazy that I keep seeing things about Robin Williams. I woke up in the middle of an infomercial about him. Weird. Okay, so here we are. Okay. Let's see. I missed something. So when somebody said that the individual had bats in the belfry, it meant that there was nothing going on upstairs, as in the person's brain. So as to be batshit is to take a step further. A person who is batshit crazy is so nuts that not only is their belfry full of bats, but there are so many bats that there's been there for so long that the belfry is coated in batshit. Only here will you guys hear this stuff. Therefore, the crazy of the crazy people are considered batshit crazy because nobody's rang their bell in a while. Thank you guys so much for your Wikipedia this morning. You know I love it. Okay. You should try your local lapidary club. They are great. And I'm sure we have them here in Santa Fe. We actually have some lapidary equipment in Oklahoma that we have to get over here. Bats are sensitive to sound. This is National Geographic on My Mystical Life this morning, you guys. Put in with a little Western Civ. Bats are sensitive to sound. Bats would inhabit a belfry that is no longer in use. It is therefore empty. But okay, so let's talk about just here for my fix. It's okay. I wasn't going to get on this morning because I was like, I don't feel really great, but I'm on because when we see things like from Robin Williams, who is an excellent communicator, by the way, he loves to communicate with mediums as well as prints. And I'm gearing up for John Candy, you guys, gearing up for John Candy. But anyhow, when Robin Williams comes across Raquel, it is about, he's probably trying to give you hints. Are you having fun in life? Are you living life to the fullest? Are you holding yourself back in certain areas just because you feel like you might be the only one thinking or doing something? Robin Williams wants people to enjoy life. That's really what he's here for. When he comes back and he's talking to somebody, it's because he's going, hey, what are you missing? Are you missing something in life right now? Do you feel like you're lacking? Then find something joyful. I was scrolling through Facebook over the course of the weekend, and Brenda Singh, I can't remember her whole name, Brenda Singh Tarot, had taken her boys roller skating. And I commented on here, and I know this sounds random, but I commented on there and I said, you know what? I'm enjoying seeing your boys roller skating because she's doing something to create joy. That is going to be a memory that they have. And later on in their life, they may take their kids roller skating because of something that created a new pattern. You need to create a new pattern for yourself. By the way, her kids were using those, and her kids are a little bit older, and they were using the little stroller thingies now that they have for kids. And I did tell her, I said, man, our parents used to drop us up at 4:00 and pick us up at midnight. It was like nirvana for our parents for us to want to go roller skating, and we'd have so many blisters. Who else roller skated? I mean, we'd have so many blisters, but it didn't matter. You roller skate through those blisters, right? And when you go to learn how to roller skate, you either fall and get run over or you stay your butt up on those things. And I mean, I was just enjoying the fact that she took her kids out to do something new. And that's what they're saying. Find the joy. When Robin Williams comes in and you just have him stuck in your brain, you guys, it's because this is somebody from the other side saying, what are you doing? Why so serious? Why so serious? Enjoy life. You lived on skates. Who else lived on skates? Man, we could skate backwards. We could speed skate. You wipe out, man. And when we went skating, there were so many people on the rink that if you fell, well, may the odds ever be in your favor because good luck there. Ain't nobody stopping to pick you up. You're just roadkill at that point. You know, so good salutations, Lori Forrest. If you guys haven't liked My Mystical Life on Facebook or liked the group that you're watching from, please do so you know when we're online. We are a fun group of people. Who else roller skated? Or bowled. Who went bowling? Oh my gosh, we're going back to batshit, you guys. So hold please. I have to pronounce big words. Scientifically speaking, the fungus Histoplasma capsulatum is found in bat guano. And when the fungus affects the brain, a possibility, not a given, it leaves the infected person or animal behaving in a psychotic manner. Ever lose the key to your street skates? I didn't have street skates. I only skated at the rink. I lived in the country. Skating was not an option. I horseback rode, but I didn't roller skate. I love roller skating. Toledo, Ohio, for where I'm from, was the bowling capital of the world for well over 30 years. We had bowling teams, y'all, in high school. We did, but I could only do up to the age 12 and 13. You had your signal surgery and ended all physical activity. Yeah, I understand that. So that totally makes sense now. Now we understand batshit crazy. Look, I'm talking scientifically. Your backyard was an elementary school playground with tennis courts. So lucky. Baseball and tennis courts. Yeah. You sucked at skating and spent more time getting run over, but still went every Saturday. Right? It was fun. That's where everybody was. You had to switch to your phone. Couldn't hear me. Yes. Roller skating. When I was a freshman, I had a boyfriend, and my grandma would take me and my siblings and cousins to the roller skating rink. So I could do a date. Very sheltered. No wonder I was shocked when a boy stuck his tongue in my mouth. Oh, Renee, you kill me. So we had draft horses. Random story. We had draft horses. Story time. Great big huge draft horses, and we would do horseback riding. We'd do carriage ride, not carriage. Hay rides for churches. Yeah, where's Albert Einstein when you need to channel him? And I had this one called Dick. I'm just gonna leave that there for a second. I had a horse named Dick. And actually the team's name was Bob and Dick. And it's important because when you're driving and they're voice trained for the Amish, you use their names and Guy and Han, and you this is how you drive. Okay. So I was putting the harness on Dick. And that son of a bitch stood on my foot and leaned forward. And now horses will do stuff like this. He leaned forward, all his 1,600 pounds of massiveness, leaned forward and popped the bones on the top of my foot. All my metatarsals, tarsals in my foot, and broke bones in the top of my foot. I know, come on, Dick. And I had a date that night with somebody I had a huge crush on in high school. I wasn't seeing Sam at this point. Okay, we were broke up. And I had this date with Bob. Not the horse. Bob from school. And he invited me to go skating. So I mean, it hurt. It hurt. I felt things crack. It was not a good situation. I hobbled around, put on my tennis shoes, and tightened my tennis shoes as tight as I could. And didn't tell my parents that, right, Stace? And didn't tell my parents that this horse had leaned on my foot. Now the whole top of my foot is green. Okay, it's gross. And I am going roller skating at night. And so mom and dad is like, what's wrong with your foot? I'm like, nothing. I get kicked in my toe. And they made my brother go roller skating with me because the guy was in a grade higher than me. So I had to go on a date with my brother with a broken foot and not anybody know. To this day, Bob, the guy I went on a date with, is one of my brother's closest friends. He's not mine anymore, but I mean, not because, I know him, but anyways, I ended up with the man I was supposed to. But yeah, so, it's about Dick. My foot hurt so bad, Renee. I was absolutely determined. After that, I wasn't walking. I hobbled. I did what I could do. Very determined. Let's pull another card. See where we go down. What rabbit hole are we going down now? Tonight's class. So let me give you a rundown real quickly. Tonight's class is Stace Ham with light language. See, I already know this, but I'm looking at my schedule because my brain's fuzzy. I think I have a sinus infection and it's going to knock me out for about a week, you guys. Tonight's light language, 7 p.m. Central. 7 p.m. Central, you guys. She's going to be talking about light language. Very excited about this. We've been waiting on this for a month and a half, 2 months now. And then I have to check on my father's doctor's appointment today as well. That's on my schedule. So then we have on Thursday, Brad and Heidi will be talking on chat. They'll have chat on Thursday night where it's going to be open discussion. They're going to have whatever they want to talk about. These chats, if you are on this is a class for the My Mystical Life late bloomers. Yes. My Mystical Life membership is tonight, 7 p.m. I will post the Zoom link in just a few minutes. After I get off of here, it'll be on the private message group. So if you're on Facebook, if you're in the membership, but you're not on the Facebook group, the private group, make sure you join the private group. In your email somewhere is a email that says how to do that. And if you haven't received that, you probably just missed it in junk mail. Just message me and I'll make sure you're in the group. So on the 22nd is Brad and Heidi. They're just going to get on and they're going to do live straight from the group. That is where the lives go from. They're just going to go straight. I'm not going to be there, y'all. It's just they get to talk what they want to talk about. And we're doing that because, first of all, we want to generate more chat with our people. We have a great group of people anyways that love to talk. So we're good at that. But what I think may not be what they think. And I want everybody to be able to express themselves within the group. I think that's really important. And then on the 23rd, we have their member spotlight. So that was fun. Yesterday I did that because we were traveling. We had Lori Spears. We were up in Taos, New Mexico. And there was like dueling banjos in the background. That was a lot of fun. And then on the 24th, I'll be on Age of Darkness on YouTube at 4 p.m. Central Time. 4 p.m. Central Time, I will be on Age of Darkness on YouTube. I will have a link for that. There's a private messages group. Oh, yeah, the Facebook group. It's a Facebook page specifically for My Mystical Life membership. It's a Facebook group specifically for My Mystical Life membership. So we have the online community that is attached to the webpage, and then we have this other group as well. On the 26th, we have Calling in Angels to the Four Corners. So we'll be talking about how to bring in angels to your home, to your workplace, to your property. Yeah, you're good at Kim. Any place you need to feel protection and calling in the elements and stuff like that. And then on the 27th, we have Hidden Messages in Water. This is another private group chat this is Nancy Bulliard. She's going to be talking about the hidden messages in water. I'm kind of excited to sit back and watch that one. Kelly Hansen's going to be talking about ET communication on the 29th, and we're going to talk about this real quickly here in a second. And that's the last week of the month. So that's Kelly Hansen. She'll be on the private group as well. All of our stuff happens at 7 p.m. Central. All of it happens at the same time. Okay. So I want to talk about, I think I have a fever. I want to talk about Renee Hess. Renee Hess, are you here? Renee, can you hear me? Are you here, Renee? I think I'm visiting angels. Our cameras went offside 2 nights in a row. Very cool. Who feels angels around them? Who feels angels around them? I'm checking to see if Renee's still here. How does one speak light language? Is it the same as speaking tongues like in church? This is a great question, Holly, and one that will be answered in class tonight with Stacey Ham, only because I think there's a correlation there, but I can't say for certain because I am not a light language person. I do a little bit of light language when I'm doing healing sessions, but not consciously. So Stacey Ham is the lady to talk to on that. Our classes, if you join the membership, you get all the stuff that we're talking about for $11.11 a month. That's not even the giveaway yet. By the way, the giveaway happens on whatever day, the first Saturday of next month, and it is the Toothless and Fury this month. That's what we're giving here. Okay, Renee Hess. Is Renee here? Yeah, look at all the angels. So we watched a program last night, you guys. We're going to have something really cool coming up with this. So I'm not going to tell you all the details. Killers. What are you guys talking about? How did I miss? You guys are killing me. So Renee Hess was telling me that she watched a movie and she was having a hard time sleeping afterwards. And I had conferences all night last night with guides. All night. I understand what she's talking about now. I know she stepped away from the computer. It's also called coding. Okay. Thank you, Heidi. We watched the new movie that's out. I don't know how new it is. Thank you, Renee. I don't know how new it is. I believe it was you that said this, Renee. The Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind, the new one. Okay. Oh, wait, the other one was the fourth kind, third kind, fourth kind. Yeah, this is the fifth kind. Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind. I don't know where we saw it. It was on our smart TV, and we're kind of like those kids that have those parents with the VCR when they came out. We haven't figured out how to use a smart TV yet. So we watched this last night, and it was about the CE5 protocol. It is nothing like we thought there were going to be, like it was going to be. Like, I had no idea. Now, I will say that very much, it's on Prime. Thank you very much, Kelly. Very much like The Secret in the first 5 minutes being a cinematic nightmare. The intro to this movie, this program, about killed it for us. So just fast forward through all of the kaleidoscope bullshit that they start the program with. It's horrible. It's horrible. I mean, for anybody that's particularly sensitive, to watch all that kaleidoscope stuff with the music they had was like a nightmare. So we had to fast forward that through the end of it as well, just because it was just too much for me. I don't want to sound like an old person, but it was too much noise and movement for me sensitively. Anyhow, beyond that, Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind and the CE protocol for superseding, and I'm just going to give you the rough here, superseding, she calls it Cosmic Hoax by Stephen Greer on YouTube. Is that what they're calling it on YouTube? We have groups around here. We have the CE5 groups around here in Albuquerque. Matter of fact, there's one that's meeting in outside, I can't remember what ranch it is, next weekend. And I'm interested. I want to see, because as we're doing this, it's another film. We found it interesting. If you sit and you listen to what he's talking about in the scope of the human brain, he's totally right. You wouldn't be able to travel at the speed of light to get anywhere, anytime. Have you, Heidi? Have you you've watched the program? What did you think about the program? So we were sitting there going, they're superseding the government, which I can understand why that would piss them off, but using thought patterns and stuff like that to, in your intuition. So stick with me, to communicate on a subconscious level. Tanya Lee, hey, good morning. To communicate on a subconscious level with extraterrestrial. Now, what is any different than what we do intuitively? Yeah, it resonates with us too, big time, Heidi. So Mr. Fry, thank you, Renee. Mr. Fry is going to talk to Aaron about doing this in a movie night. We're going to talk about doing this in a movie night. And then we're going to talk about going beyond that. So that might be something that we are interested in as a group. Tanya Lee is more than awesome. She's incredibly awesome. So I immediately got on Facebook and I'm like, there's got to be something. I knew here in Albuquerque, we're too close to Roswell and I have something like this, right? So as we're sitting there watching it, and Heidi, in person, that's something we're talking about. We're fixing up our old camper, and we're going to start traveling a little bit and doing things closer to people. So, as we were sitting there talking, Sam and I do this. If we're driving down the road and we're listening to audio, if we're watching a television program, we'll stop and we'll start talking about stuff. And I said, pause, please. And so he pauses. And I said, when we lived in Hawaii, one of the very first things when I first met Metatron was when I first met the goddess Athena and the goddess Artemis. And one of the things they did was take me to that aspect of look at the earth below us. And I know that when I was in a journey, I was on I can't remember the name of it, the main deck, looking out at an observation window at Earth. Now, guys, mind you, this is one of those things that people may think I'm batshit crazy, because we now know that that's a technical scientific term. But that's okay with me, because I'm going to say this anyways. within my journey, stepping away from my consciousness, I know I had a physical sensation. I was standing in the group of people that I was standing within, with Archangel Metatron, with the goddess Artemis and the goddess Athena. And at that time, I didn't understand. It was just this really cool experience to me, because I'm like, this is the coolest ass journey I've ever done. I didn't understand that my consciousness was standing on a ship with other people. See, I've lost people already. They're like, oh, she's gone off the deep end. But I was also aware of other individuals behind us. And what's so funny is Sam says, stop and write this down. I'm like, and I wasn't feeling good last night. I'm like laying on the couch. I'm not gonna. He's like, no. We need to write this down. We need to write this down. So should I read what I wrote? Because I wrote it down last night. But so it was really interesting. Joanna, I met Joanna. I can't remember her name now. Joanna, help me. Joanna Easton, that deals with the angels. At this conference that we were at, it wasn't a conference. It was an angel. It was a fairy kind of weekend thing that we were doing readings at. And this lady walked up, and we were talking. She was fascinating, and she was talking to the Galactic Federation, right? And she said, in 2 years you're going to be talking to the Galactic Federation. And I went, you're full of shit, but I love you. I think you're great. Your energy's fantastic. And I didn't say that to her. So I'm thinking, I'm like, wow, this is a new level of batshit crazy. And I love it. I'm drawn to it. And so, like I said, if you haven't liked us on Facebook, we get way weirder than this. So we were sitting there in the chair last night, and I went, oh my God. Sam's like, what? I said, I talked to the Galactic Federation. I've known that now. How long have I been working channeling Ashtar? Oh my God. It came true. And it never occurred to me that it gradually became reality for me as time went on within 2 years. Wow. Right? So I was really fascinated by that last night. I'm going, holy shit. So if that is a thing, and traveling is a thing, and I know I've stood in front of the Galactic Federation on this space with the goddess Artemis and Athena, who, by the way, are just extraterrestrials, then I know that this is possible. Sending our thoughts out as beacons is possible. Superseding what the government wants to have happen is possible. Isn't that crazy? Or is it just beautiful enough to be possible? So this is right what I wrote last night, if I can read my handwriting, because my handwriting is atrocious. I wrote watching Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind, was talking to Sam about how on Hawaii, Athena and Artemis would take me on journeys to Craft Command. I actually call it Craft Command. I knew I was looking out at Earth through a window with multiple species there. It was like a staff meeting. It felt like a staff meeting, like somebody passed the donut. That's what it felt like when I do these journeys. Also chuckled about a woman in Montana that foretold that I would be speaking with the Galactic Council within 2 years. Just realized I do, and she was correct and wowed. Wonder if every intuitive, this is what he really wanted me to write down. Wonder if every intuitive was working with active and alive consciousness, archangels, and reaching towards our archangels, making it easier for us to digest. So that's when I say my handwriting is really hard to read. I wonder if archangels are actually extraterrestrials. This has been in my brain for a while anyways, but I got it out on paper last night. Archangels are actually extraterrestrials that are making much more palatable based upon our beliefs on this planet as to what is benevolent and what is not. If you see an archangel standing in front of you or a guardian angel, you're going to be much, I can't put guardian angels into this. Okay. Archangel, if you see an archangel standing in front of you versus an alien, which are you going to gravitate to? So if the archangels are actually extraterrestrials being more of a palatable representation of ET, we are going to be communicating on a larger level. So what this gentleman was saying is if just 1% of the world's population was communicating with extraterrestrials, that it would bring more of them here in a peaceful manner versus what our government has planned for us. And I'm not even going into all that. Multidimensional. Good morning, Bradley. So it was just a really, really interesting program. And it got our brains going way too late at night. I know, Jazz, it's amazing how we find our tribe, right? So imagine, just imagine, go down a hole with me, if you will. COVID. How many people started their spiritual journey during COVID lockdown? If COVID was a stimulant for the intuition, and we're not going to go into the conspiracy theories of whether it's man-made or not, because that's a whole nother rabbit hole, and I don't do that on here. But if the number of people that were locked down suddenly increased the number of people that were working with their archangels, they became aware of it. We journeyed all the time to our archangels to communicate with them. We're actually talking to what? Extraterrestrials. And we are increasing the number of people on the planet that are working towards peaceful communication with ET. So interesting. It was a mass awakening. He says only 1%, according to physics, quantum physics, only 1% of the Earth's population has to be in communication with their extraterrestrials, or if archangels were, if they were actually aliens, then think of the change. Yes, the archangels each represent some of the gods in other worlds. It is being that is all those things. For instance, Haniel is Osiris, I'm assuming, and Aphrodite, etc. But this being is also an extraterrestrial. Yeah, I agree. So, interesting. Watch it. Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind. If it rings with you, let's have a discussion. If it doesn't, Isis. Okay, thank you. Osiris is the dude, right? Is the dude. That's my technical term. If it rings with you, we'll have a discussion, because I know it's a concept, right? It's a concept, but we think so Earth. We think globally. That's what we think. We think globally what we have been exposed to, right? It's what we've been exposed to. So it's of course where we're going to go. It's just like using your imagination when you're doing meditation. I say, let it go, because everything you've experienced in your plane of existence is going to be within your imagination, and that expands on your intuition. Same thing here. We have only been exposed to our imagination from this, what we're thinking of right now. Think of how much more there is. Yes, this is going to be a movie night. Sam's going to talk to Aaron about it, and then we're going to have a discussion beyond that, because I told him don't set this up without having a date in mind, because we're going to want to get together. Cool but intimidating. Aliens scare me. Must be part of a past life thing. Sherry Keating, that is part of the discussion that these gentlemen have online. And they talk about why aliens are scary. Instead of us thinking of them as benevolent beings, we think of them as Hollywood. And they talk about that. And it's true. It's true. We think of the movie Alien, right? Right out the gate. I think of Paul, but it's because we have a twisted family. You'll prepare. I thought that was you that was telling me about that, Renee. Was it you? Oh yeah, it was you. I think about how much more we can do if we have if we use the numerous senses we have, right? We are limitless. Are all aliens benevolent? No. I can answer that right out the gate. My guys are like, no. That's why we only set the intention to work with energies that, etc. It's very traumatizing to work with energies that are prosperous and benevolent, right? That's part of the intention. So I haven't looked up the protocol for this yet. I really would love to attend this weekend's gathering. I would have to put the dogs in the kennel and feel really well. by then to do that. But yeah, we'll see. Yes, takes discernment with this. Yeah, you really need to be able to rely upon your fuzzy feelings. You're, oh, that's so nice, or I'm gonna step away. And when you get the I'm gonna step away, then you step away right now. Hello, Lisa. I just got my order. I want to say thank you so much. Everything's beautiful. Awesome. Glad you got your order. Thank you so much, you guys. You've had alien dreams a lot. Cindy Verhel. Yeah. My first encounter with an extraterrestrial was standing next to my bed. And I 10 years ago, I'd never said this out in public ever. But the individual never bothered me. I kind of was like, what the hell are you doing here? I have to pee now. A lot. Thank God I didn't pee the bed. But it just stood there and looked at me and then disappeared. But that also coincided when I put Moldavite next to my bed and I went, oh, careful what you ask for. Diana came today. Love the dragon. Isn't he cute? Isn't he adorable? I love the dragon. Thank you. Okay. You can't watch anything about World War II. I don't watch horror flicks. Freddy Krueger give me nightmares big time, but I don't watch those. And I don't also watch things that could be true, like Dexter. I need to watch that. I know those crazy people. There's a girl who speaks about the Anunnaki, and it's so interesting when you dive in. Yeah, it's so interesting. I told Sam on the road back home from Colorado, I feel I saw the grays in the clouds looking down through a huge window out of their shop, but it was all made out of clouds. I hear a lot of people that are talking about cloud formations. I would love to find a sky park to do this at, a national sky park. And the one I know of that's not too far away from here is at the Anasazi Ruins at Chaco Canyon. Let's see. Let's gather at the Anasazi, who are a satellite of the Lemurians, and talk to aliens in a black sky and see what happens. My drum's going to Anasazi when we go in September. Oh, yeah. We're going to go camp at Chaco Canyon. Oh, yeah. That's what we're doing in September. Nicole had to remove her Moldavite. Yes, you have to keep that. You have to pay attention to that. Why was the alien standing by your bed? Because I had leveled up, Holly. I was changing the way I was communicating. I had gone from, oh, this is really cool, to holy crap. Intuition isn't just a parlor game. Intuition is we can communicate with energies that are well beyond our connection and in the human brain. The human brain is separate from our consciousness. I went through this shift of thought, and it was like they were going, hey, how you doing? What are you doing? What you doing? So it is, you have dark sky. Where at in Michigan, Jennifer? Where's the dark sky park? It'd have to be up really high. You ordered, I'm so confused. What is a tongue drum? Is that a typo? Up in Mackinac? Really? Huh. I was supposed to go to Mackinac, but I put that on hold just because my dad's not feeling well. Alpena, I could see that. Yeah, Alpena. We actually talked about doing it at our house in Defiance, Ohio, because when all the lights are off, it's pitch black outside. I mean, it's pitch black. You still have some light noise, but we also have fields that we can go sit out inside and sit and have wide spaces. But the thing with Michigan is, in Ohio, you never know when it's going to be stinking cloudy. Right? Okay. We're going to see, though. Sam was like last night. Maria Voliva is, that would be Charoite, is great for addictions. Chroite, great for addictions. And it's gorgeous. It's purple. It's beautiful. Lepidolite as well. Lepidolite, Lepiodite. we're going to talk about this more, you guys. We're going to do movie night, and we're going to talk about it. I think Sam's going to look up all the protocols on how to do this with meditation, because it's done through meditation and deep turning inwards. It's not just you go sit in a field and ask extraterrestrials to show up. There's a protocol for it. So anyhow, guys, I'm done. I'm stick a fork in me. I'm done this morning. You're very welcome, Maria. Marie. So I'm gonna look at my book for tomorrow, and I'll let you know, Teresa. Steel tongue percussion. You know, I gotta look at it, you guys. It's a. I can't. They won't let me. All right, guys. We're out. Oh, thank you so much, Heidi, for sending me that other film. Okay, we're out. The dogs are getting restless. Yeah, we were talking about, I don't remember. We talked about bat shit. We did. We talked about guano. We had a great discussion about guano. And what else did we talk about? My brain hurts. Speaking your truth in your soul family, your twin flames. And then we talked about Dr. Greer. Yes. So, everybody, would you stop looking yourself in my room? Hey. Thank you. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. All right. Before my late blooming, I would get many visitors at night. When I lived on my own, I was always call my mom and tell her that someone was trying to get in my bedroom. She was coming to my house at 1 a.m., spending time a lot. Yeah, I understand that. Mascara is made out of bat shit. I don't use mascara, so that's good. I don't use a lot of makeup. I learned early on in life what it was made out of, and I don't use a lot of makeup. Okay. Everybody have a great afternoon. Mascara is made out of guano, guys. So there's that. I love the dog. And with that, it is not itching anything. Okay, it's not an itch. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good afternoon, and we'll see you tonight in class. So, all right, guys, talk to you later. Find light, find love, find joy. Feel divine because you are. Stop messing with my curtains. Feel divine because you are. All right, guys.